You are listening to Unstoppable Actors, the essential podcast for ambitious, aspiring actors with me. I'm Louise, the founder of Standby Method Acting Studio, and every week I'll be talking with you and sharing how you can become a paid, working, unstoppable actor. Because you can. An acting career is doable. Are you ready? Hey, I am super excited to dive into this amazing episode with you, where I am going to be talking to you all about how you can finally tell your parents you're pursuing acting, even if you're terrified. Now, before we get started, I'd like to invite you to join one of the most supportive online acting groups on socials, the Unstoppable Actors Facebook group. Every single day we're in there, we're helping and supporting each other as we work towards our dreams. And you can come and play by going to bit.ly/unstoppable actors. That's bit.ly/unstoppable actors, all in lowercase, and come and join us. No matter what stage you're at, an acting career is doable. Are you ready to dive in and make that happen? Let's get started. So I wanted to talk about this, about how you can finally tell your parents you're going to be pursuing acting, because I get so many people coming to me saying, Louise, I am so scared. I am so nervous to tell my parents because I'm really worried I'm going to disappoint them, or they're super scared that their parents are going to tell them that they're not allowed to pursue an acting career, or they're really worried about what the parents are actually going to think about them, and some are even scared it's going to ruin the relationship. And I totally feel that. I really do. It can be so scary, especially if there's nobody in your family who has pursued acting, or, you know, if your family really values doing a job that's seen as a proper career with, you know, big career prospects. Now, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 ways that you can tell your parents that you're going to be pursuing acting. But before I do, I want to share with you a story that I find really sad. And that story is my granny's. Now, my granny is currently in a care home because she's got really advanced dementia and she can't really remember very much about her life at all. I mean, she doesn't even remember me or that I'm her granddaughter. She just thinks I'm a lovely friend, which is fine, I'll take that. But when she was younger, she used to do a hell of a lot of amateur dramatics, and she used to do this at a church that her dad was a lay preacher at. And she used to do that with my great-grandma, her mum, and they used to act together on stage. On one day, the Yorkshire Post came along, and they gave my granny the most amazing write-up ever. They basically said, you need to watch out for this young actress, she's going to go far. Now, back in those days when my granny was brought up, her dad, my great-granddad, said under no circumstances could she follow an acting career because it wasn't a proper job. So she had to go out and she had to find a proper job. She had to listen to him, because back then you did as your parents said. Now, in this care home that she's at, when I go and visit her, what's the one thing that she can remember? Acting. That's the one thing she can remember. And I firmly believe she can, because it made a massive emotional imprint on her. I firmly believe that they were some of the happiest times of her life. But obviously she wasn't allowed to pursue that. And so if my granny didn't have dementia, I know that she would be thinking, what if I had have just gone against my dad and just pursued it anyway? Who knows? She could have been the most professional, or not professional, but the most successful actors in the world, or maybe she wouldn't, but at least she would have had that opportunity to pursue her dreams. And so I don't want you to be left with any what ifs, because I really don't feel that's a life worth living if we're going to get to the end of it, or towards the end of our lives, and we're going to be saying, God, what if I would have actually just gone ahead and done it anyway? What could have happened? Now, I know it can be super scary to tell your parents, because obviously they're our parents and they want what they feel is the best for us. So here are my 5 steps. The first thing is, I really think you need to get a plan together for what you're going to say, because I know from speaking to people how scary this can be. And so having a plan is going to help you feel a little bit more confident. Now, the plan might not go to plan because most plans don't. But if you've got some things to say beforehand, at least you've got some things to grab onto to say to them. And, maybe you want to rehearse it a few times just to help you feel that little bit more prepared. So step number 1 is have a plan for what you're going to say. Step 2 is figure out what you think their objections are going to be. Are their objections going to be, listen, I know you want to be an actor, but there are tons of actors who are unemployed, not making a living from it. How are you going to be any different? Is that going to be one of their objections? Or is another of their objections going to be something along the lines of, listen, the competition's really high. How are you ever going to cut through all of that? Or is it just going to be the worry of not earning a stable income and needing a backup plan? Or is it something else? You know your parents. So figure out what their objections are and then figure out what you can say in response to that. And maybe write this down. Write this down, read through it a few times to get yourself really confident. So if they do shoot off these objections, you're prepared, you're ready, you can handle it. Now, here's something else that I'd like to share with you. Whatever objections they give you, you can overcome them by speaking calmly and compassionately. And maybe you can start off with the sentence, I hear you and I understand why you would be worried about that, but, and then that's where you're going to share how you're going to overcome this objection. Maybe it's, but this is what makes me really, really happy. And I've tried doing other jobs and the money, yes, I get that, but I just feel miserable in these jobs. I don't know, you can work this out for yourself, but always be calm and compassionate. The third step is to listen to your intuition. So obviously the worries in your head are probably playing over and over and they're quite loud. And, these worries can really hit us deep, and that's the thing that holds us back from actually sitting our parents down in the first place. Now, there's probably never going to be a right time, but if you listen to your intuition will guide you and tell you when is a good time to sit down and speak with them. So follow that intuition. And then my fourth step is just do it. Just bloody do it. Because the longer you hold it in, the worse it is going to get for you. Because those feelings of fear and terror are just going to build and build and build and build. And they are not nice for you to be carrying around. So just bloody do it. You have got this. You really have got this. It's probably not going to be as bad as you think it is, the outcome. Maybe their response isn't going to be as bad as you're making it up in your imagination to be. And that's what's holding you back. And by the same token, if it's not a good response, here's my fifth step. Come and join our Unstoppable Actors group over on Facebook. Get a post in there, get it off your chest, and let us support you. Lean on us, lean on me, and lean on all of the other members for support, because there are many, many members in our Unstoppable Actors group who have also had to go through this, and they know what that feels like to sit their parents down and tell them, and some of them know what it feels like to not be supported, and they can offer you advice on how they've gone about that and how they've moved forwards from it if that's what you're needing. So please come and join us and really lean on that support group there. That's what we're there for. We've all got your back. Now, I really hope this has inspired you. I really hope this has helped you feel that little bit more confident about sitting your parents down and telling them that you're going to be pursuing acting as a career. I would love to hear from you how it's gone on. So please do drop me a comment in the comments box and come over to the Unstoppable Actors group as well. You've got this. I know you can do it. You are stronger than you believe. Go get it. I have absolutely loved hanging out with you, and I really hope you enjoyed this episode of Unstoppable Actors, the essential podcast for ambitious, aspiring actors. Now, if you did, I'd really love you to subscribe so you never miss an episode, and leave a review. And if you would like weekly injections of inspiration, you'd like mini method acting challenges to keep you making progress with your dreams, come and join the most supportive acting community online by clicking the link in the notes to help you become an unstoppable actor.